from the tales of Rabbi Nachman. And this is a little bit more on the whole concept from other videos of being old and yet being like a newborn baby, like a suckling infant. So let's begin one paragraph up. He took them all out from the tower, he being the great eagle, removing the babe first, for truthfully, he is, after all, older than all of them, even though he's a baby. And likewise, whoever was younger, he brought out first, and the hoariest elder he brought out at the very end, for the one who was younger was in fact older, because the younger he was, the older a story he kept telling. And the most aged elder was younger than all of them. And then earlier they were going back and forth and kind of bragging about and having a competition over who could remember furthest back, who had the best memory. And they went all the way back, as we'll see here. The great eagle replied to them, I will explain to you all the stories that everyone told. The one who told that he remembers back when they cut the apple off the branch means he remembers back even when they cropped his navel, that is, even what happened to him immediately as soon as he was born, when they cut his navel cord. Even this he remembers. And the second, who said that he remembers back when the candle was burning means he remembers back even when he was in utero, when a candle burns over one's head. For it says in the Gemara that when a child is in the mother's womb, a candle burns over his head, etc. And he who said that he remembers back even when the fruit began to form, it is that he remembers back even when his body began to take form, when the fetus was only beginning to take form. And the one who remembers back when they were bringing the seed to plant the fruit, it means he remembers back even when the droplet was being drawn down during relations. And he who remembers the sages bringing out the seed means he remembers back even when the droplet was still in the brain, for the brain emits the droplet, as we've covered in many videos, because there's a pattern here. They want you to understand how all these things are connected and meditate on them. And the one who remembers the taste, it is the nefesh, the vital life force. And the smell, it is the ruach, the spirit. And the appearance, it is the neshama, the uppermost soul. And the babe said that he remembers absolutely nothing, because he is greater than all of them, and he remembers even what was prior to nefesh, ruach, and neshama. Thus he said he recalls absolute nothingness. So before the creation of anything, before consciousness. In other words, he recalls not existing at all. He remembers even what was happening there, which is highest of all. Now, this is amazing. I mean, before I even got to Torah, I remember coming across the art of memory. And this is a meditation that you can do in your own time. Try this sometime, a memory meditation. See how far back you can actually go and figure out what is your earliest memory, and then add color to it, and then add sound and feeling and all of these other things. I highly recommend this. And the great eagle said to them, return to your ships, which are your bodies, which have been broken and will be rebuilt. Now return to them. And he blessed them. And to me, that is the blind beggar, who was a babe then, who is telling all this, said the great eagle, you come with me, for you are like me, for you are very old, and yet completely young. So Zakain, and then Yannick, which is Kaini, backwards. So You can get Kenizzite and Canaanite from this little phrase here. Very old and yet completely young. And we've discussed what this means in terms of Torah observance and just life in general, your attitude on life. So he said, for you are very old and completely young, and haven't at all started to live, and are yet nonetheless very old. And I am like that too, for I am very old and still entirely young, like a newborn baby. It follows, I have a testimonial from the great eagle that I am very old and completely youthful.